What is up? It's Jake from Nimbus DevOps, and I'm here today to talk to you about Code Wars. If you've never checked out codewars.com, I highly recommend it. I've been using it since last night, and in the last 24 hours, I've done like 40 code challenges, and they're super fun. Great way to kind of solve problems if you can't think of a problem to solve. There's a gamification system with like a white belt, black belt, yellow belt, purple belt, all that stuff. System for leveling up, and there's reputation in the forms of honor, and it's a really cool website. So I wouldn't expect you to use this as a way of like getting a job or whatever, although I'm sure you could flex on it, but it's just a really good way to kind of practice solving problems and see what other people do to solve the same problem. So I'll go ahead and show you. We'll do a fundamentals one, and I'll just click train right here and go, okay, how good are you really? There was a test in your class and you passed it. Congratulations. But you're an ambitious person. You want to know if you're better than the average student in your class. You receive an array with your peers' test scores. Now calculate the average and compare your score. Return true if you're better, else false. Okay, note, your points are not included in the array of your class points. For calculating the average point, you may add your point to the given array. Well, that's kind of dumb. Okay, so first thing I'm going to need is an array of class points, and we can see here that they have some tests that they're going to run this against. So here is the array, 2 people. It starts out small, and then your points equals 5. Now we already know, that this is, if you hit save it, like test it, we already know that this is true, but we want to code that. So for testing purposes, I could print that, but we're not going to. Let's just call, well, you know what? It's not going to work in here. Let me pull up VS Code. There you go. All right, so let's do it this way. So now I'm going to print my better than average passing class points and your points, and then I will put my code in here. So really all we need to do is take an average. So I think there is an average in math. So let's import math because I don't want to do some weird and then say math.average. I thought there was an average function. Well, let's do it the super built-in way. Let's see, average from NumPy, import average. I guess you could do that. We're going to try to do it without any external libraries. So we'll just say the average is going to be, it'll be the sum of class points divided by the length of class points. And then for now, let's just return average and make sure that that works correctly. 2.5. So that makes sense. And then we would just say if your points are greater than the average, return true. And then return false. Which I guess to be technically correct, I could do this. And then we can just get rid of that. True. Okay, what if my points are 2? False. Okay, that seems to work. I hate this, but it is what it is. Okay, and then so I might go, well, there's got to be a better way to do an average, right? So I'll probably be like Python average. Oh, look, of list. Is there an easier way to do than sum and length? So explanation, some of the elements, yeah. So sum of this length, yeah, I probably did it without importing anything. I think that's right. Okay. So now what I try to do is turn it into a one-liner and say I want to return, let's say your points is greater than, and then we'll say sum of class points divided by the length of class points. And if I comment all this out, what I'll probably get is, I really don't need those parentheses. Type error. Missing parenthesis. There we go. False. All right, and then we do 5. True. Okay, so really I just need this. So then I can come in here and stick this in there and hit test. And it passed. And I hit attempt and it'll do it through a ton of more tests and it says I passed. So I submit and then I can see what other people did and we can compare. Return your points greater than, yeah. So the best solution voted by best practice and cleverness is literally exactly the same thing that I did. So if we copy this and we get rid of what I commented out, right? And then we paste this, it's like, other than the fact that I didn't use spaces here, it's exactly the same. So that's good. That means I answered it in a way that the community believes is the best solution. I will warn you that sometimes they basically vote for completely unreadable but very short one-liner Pythonic type stuff that I would never ever do, because honestly the original version of this that I had, I would rather see this, because I don't know what people's experience is. I'd rather see this than this, for other people. For myself, I appreciate this. But so anyways, that's it. And you can do it again, or you can be like next kata, and it's gonna be like you're level 6. You're doing too easy stuff. And you can just, here's a bus moving in the city, and it gives you a little word problem. And if you want to do it, you hit train, and you can start doing it. And so I just keep doing these and keep doing them, and they're super fun. So I highly recommend it. If you're trying to level up your coding skills, you do need to know something, because in order to even create an account, it asks you to solve a simple programming question. And if you can't solve it, you can't go any farther. So you'll need to know the basics, like super, super, super basics. But most of this stuff is just arrays and strings, in the Caillou level 8 and 7. So once you get past that, it gets a little bit more complicated. I can't even imagine what Dawn 8 looks like. But so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to join. If you do join, come find me and add me. It's not a friends list, but it's some kind of, yeah, followers. Come follow me, and I'll follow you back, and we can a little friendly competition to get the points up, because I'm definitely going to be doing this. And if you have trouble with something, you can send me a link and I can go find it and we can do it together, or I can make a video on it or whatever. But I'll try not to post videos on this so that people can keep it, keep the mystery alive. So anyways, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.